Data professionals take raw data and weave it into something useful. Make sure you have all your initial data in one place by weaving it into Microsoft Fabric. Microsoft Fabric is a unified data platform. It collects various data apps that help simplify your data architecture. Instead of shuttling your data around to distinct services for real-time monitoring, machine learning modeling, and visualization, you have access to many of your downstream functions all in one place. From one dashboard, you can access data from a variety of sources, query it in one lake, transform it, and use it to back data visualizations and reporting dashboards with Power BI. Fabric also provides extra functionality for certain industry use cases, such as keeping up with your ESG and sustainability program, or supporting specific healthcare data formats. As a Microsoft product, Fabric easily integrates with the Azure ecosystem. So, if you already use Azure as your main cloud platform, Fabric is a logical next step to manage and explore your data all under one roof. Of course, even the most unified data platform can't cover everything by itself. There are too many data sources and custom configurations out there. A data pipeline platform like Estuary helps cover the gaps, making sure you can access all your data in Microsoft's unified data platform. With numerous source connectors and options for detailed data transformation, Estuary can add otherwise inaccessible integrations to Fabric storage. Whether you want to add source data to Fabric with millisecond latency for monitoring and observability, or you're interested in batch captures for historical analytics and Power BI reports, Estuary Flow keeps your data connected. To send source data to Fabric using Estuary, you'll need to set up a Microsoft Fabric Warehouse connector. Let's check out a demo doing just that. In your Estuary dashboard, go to the Destinations tab. Start creating a new materialization and search for Fabric. Select the Azure Fabric Warehouse connector. Add a name, then review the endpoint configuration. Now, the Fabric Warehouse integration requires setting up three main resources in Microsoft Azure. Most obviously, you'll need a warehouse in Fabric where all your source data will materialize. You'll also need a service principal for Estuary to have the proper credentials to manage that warehouse. And finally, you'll need a storage account to help stage temporary files on their way to your warehouse. We'll cover setup for these resources step by step. To create a warehouse, go to your Fabric workspace. Add a new item, select the warehouse item type, and provide a name. Then select the More Options menu for your warehouse. Copy the SQL connection string. Back in your Estuary dashboard, add the name of your warehouse and the connection string to your materialization configuration. You can also add the schema name under which you want your data to materialize, such as main. On to the service principal. For this step, we'll first stop by the Microsoft Entra dashboard. Entra is Microsoft Azure's trust and security platform, so it's just the place we need to set up some credentials. Under the Applications section in the menu, go to App Registrations. Create a new registration, give it a name, and click Register. On the new App Registrations overview page, note the application ID. You can add this to your Estuary materialization as your client ID. Then go to your App Registrations Certificates and Secrets section. Create a new client secret and copy the value. Keep this in a secure place and add it to your Estuary materialization. Before you can use your shiny new programmatic credentials, though, You need to explicitly grant permission to allow your service principal to access your Fabric resources. For that, go back to your Fabric dashboard. We'll first enable service principals in general, then grant access to your specific app registration. Under your settings, if you're an admin in Fabric, you should see a link to the admin portal. Here, search for Service Principal to quickly find the Service Principals Can Use Fabric APIs setting. Ensure this option is enabled and click Apply. Then, in your Fabric workspace, click Manage Access. Add a new person, who in this case happens to be your Service Principal. Make sure to choose at least Contributor Access and click Add. With that, we just need a storage account. Go to the main Azure portal and select Storage Accounts. Create a new storage account and review its associated subscription, resource group, and region to ensure they match your desired configuration. Provide a name, and review and create your storage account. From the Details page of your new resource, select Access Keys from the Security and Networking section. Show and copy a key and add that to your Estuary materialization along with the storage account name. Estuary also needs a specific container name within the storage account that it can access. You can go to your storage account's storage browser, select Blob Containers, and click Add Container. Provide a name, click Create, and add that name to Estuary as well. In Estuary, you can then move on to choose your source collections. Add data collections from a particular capture connector or select them individually. Scroll back up to click Next, then save and publish. Your Microsoft Fabric integration is ready. Estuary will start streaming your source data to your Fabric warehouse. In your Fabric dashboard, you can preview your table data and start writing queries. Add security features to sensitive data, and create a report to visualize your data story. See what other connections you can knit together with Estuary. Explore our catalog of source and destination connectors to keep your data flowing.